Ooh. Okay, so hello everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. And we have the QR code, so please go ahead and take this quiz. But remember, this is not graded. Try to be honest. Try to spend time when you answer this question, but make sure you don't look from each other. Okay, so all of you done? Is anyone still taking this? Just raise your hand. Okay. Yeah, try to complete it. So we got 104, 110 responses. Okay, so let's stop in next 30 seconds. Okay. Already 4 minutes gone. Okay, last 5 seconds. So count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You can still take it. No problem. Let's see whatever we have so far. So we're going to the first question. Okay. So that's a big red sign. Okay. This was a very simple question and many of you couldn't answer this. And also in the class I said many students will do this mistake and you did this. So you're not, if I warn you something, make sure you get that warning. It's like you got the warning, you still drive there, okay? And you fall into trap and you will be in trouble. So the answer for this one will be 0.000. Why? It will perform 2 divided by 4 first. What is 2 divided by 4? 0.5 or 0? If you say 0.5, you're not in the class last 1 week, kind of, okay? So 2 divided by 4 it will do an integer division. So 2 divided by 4 is 0. If you multiply anything with 0 will be 0. Now you are thinking, okay, isn't it float? Yes. But it has not completed this task before doing this calculation. So it will do this calculation first. When the calculation results in 0, it will put that 0 into a float. So 0 will become 0.0000. Got it? Don't do this mistake anymore. This is very similar to your temperature converter assignment. The formula was 5 divided by 9 times something. You did something in your assignment, but you don't know this. This is surprising. Because if you keep 5 divided by 9 in your temperature converter assignment, the result will be always 0. Okay? So make sure you don't do that. So this is done. Let's go to the next question. Why is showing it like that? Can I hide this? Okay, let's have it. Okay, what is the next question? Okay, I need more screen space. Number 2 is a lot of different types of answers, but the correct answer is this one. So also 50% students failed this one as well. More than 50% students failed this one as well. How the correct answer is this one? See here. Remember I asked you to watch a short recording. If you did not watch this, if you did not even look at the PDF, then you will not be able to answer this correctly. Okay, so this was part of that recording I asked you to watch. That is 10 minutes recording that explains this type of operator with explanation, with very similar example, as well as that was also talking about the assignments that is due today. Yeah. Okay, so let's break it down, as many of you did this mistake. So I would like to break it down further so that it is very clear to you. Oops. Okay, so see here in this example, I have int x equals to 5, y equals to 10. So I got 2 boxes, X box and Y box. So you got an X box that has 5 in it. Instead of writing box, let's just write the very value. So we have 5 here and Y, we have 10 here. Now we're writing X plus equals to Y minus minus. Is it pre or post? This is post decrement. It means it will do the other task first and then it will decrease. You'll see the effect after the line, something like that. So X is currently 5. We're adding Y. Y is 10. So Y is 10. So 10 plus 5 is 15. We copy 15 in X. So we have 15 here. After copying 15 in X, Y minus minus. So Y will become 9. Now I'm printing x and y. So x is 15, y is 9. Got it? Okay. Let's see the next question. So we have x equals to 5, x plus plus, print f %d x plus plus. The correct answer is 6. A lot of students, 66% students are correct. Still 44% students could not answer this correctly. The thing is, x is 5. In this line, x will become 6. Now you're printing x. Again, this is post increment. It means it will print x first, then it will increase x. So what do you see in the printf? You'll see 6. After printing 6, x became 7. But we could not see that 7 because we don't have any more printf. Make sense? Got it? Sure? Any confusion? Just raise your hand. You can always raise hand. Can you explain me again? I'm fine with that. But make sure you get, so you complete the class with understanding. Okay, so that's why the answer will be 6 because this is post increment. Let's go to the next question. The answer also will be 6 here. How many students answered this? Let's see. So again, same number of students answered this correctly. Okay, so x equals to 5. X will become 6. And this is post increment. Same thing, right? So it will print x and then it will increase x. So x is already 6. Print 6, then x will become 7. But we don't have any more printf to see the new x. Okay, now you might have a question. So is there a difference between x plus plus and plus plus x? See, between these two code, that line does not have any influence. Why? Because this is an independent line. If you have x plus plus or plus plus x in an independent line, you'll not see the effect of them. So you'll see same thing after that line. Make sense? But if you do multiple things in the same line, then plus plus x result, you'll be able to see that result compared to x plus plus because you are doing multiple things in the same line. An example, here you're doing multiple things. You're printing and also increasing. So here it will print x first and then it will increase x. Got it? Okay. Let's see this one. Now you'll see the difference. So x is 5. X becomes 7. Is it pre or post? Pre-increment, right? Pre means you increase first. See, plus plus x. It is pre-increment. It means it will increase x first and then it will print. So x was 5, became 6, it became 7, then it will print 7. Because it will increase first and then print it. So the answer is 7. Again, 66%. Wow. Okay. Let's go to the next question. 1, 2, 3, 4. N is an integer with 1, 2, 3, 4. Which of the following lines will trim the last digit of n? So I want to get rid of this 5 from n so that n will become 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sense? Objective? N has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to get rid of the last digit of n so that n will become 1, 2, 3, 4. So how to get rid of the last digit? You divide n by 10. If you divide n by 10, then this 5 will be gone. Okay? So n equals to n divided by 10 is the right answer. How many students picked this? Only 36% students picked this one. But you're doing assignment today. Remember the 5-digit number, adding this. So you have done this, so you should already know. So for any number, if you divide that number by 10, that number, the result will be 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5 will be the remainder. So when you divide one number by another number, you have two results if you do not go to the fractional part, right? So you have the quotient part and remainder part. So the result of the division will be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 will be the remainder. We are not looking for the remainder, we are looking for updating n. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be n equals to n divided by 10. This is also another way of writing the same thing. So this is also another answer. This and this are the right answer. Okay, many students answer this one. Probably you are rushing. If you do n mod 10, the answer of n will be 5, not 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So if you write this line, you lose all the digit of the number. You have just 5 at the result. This is not what you want to do, right? Because you want to trim out 5, you want to keep the remaining part of the number. Raise your hand if you want me to explain it again. No one? Okay. Oh, we're done? Or we have more question? Which of the following lines will trim the last digit? Okay, so this will do that. And yeah, we're done. So it looks like, make sure you pay attention and practice, okay? Remember, during quiz, it will not be like that. You will not have any option. You have to answer directly. And you have to know how to calculate things. So it's not like you randomly guess something. You will not have any option to pick from, right? You have to answer this by writing. You know how to do that, okay? Make sure you know that. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so how many of you are done with this assignment? Okay, so you're done with this assignment. I got a couple of emails. Some student says that you're not matching test case. For example, if the input is 5, 4, 3, 2, 0, if you reverse this number, it will print 2, 3, 4, 5. It will not print 0 because 0 is not, at the beginning 0 is not significant. Okay, so some students extract each digit and they write %d, 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 and they just print each of these digits in that place. And it will look like it has reversed the number, but it's not really reverse the number. Got it? So if you are in that problem, the solution is already here. See, I spent a lot of time just giving all of this hint. Okay, read through this hint, you'll get your answer. So it's kind of, you have to make that number. If you know each of the digits, let's say the digit here is, let's say we have a number, where's the number? 78945. So 5 is a digit, 4 is a digit, 9 is a digit, 8 is a digit, and 7 is a digit. So using mod operation, you get each of these digits, and then multiply 5 with 10,000, 4 with 1,000. If you do that, you get the actual reverse number. So just multiply each of the digit with their place value. Something like that. Okay, that's more or less. We spent already how much time? 28 minutes gone. I don't know how can I recover that time. Okay, but it helped, right? Going through this helped you. So that is the main important thing. Okay, so now we'll be starting our next topic, decision control structure if else. I'm sure all of you already know if else before. But you learn how you do it in C. Still, I would like to give you a brief idea why you do we need if else. Can anyone give me some idea when we need if else?
For example, the assignment we've done today, maybe we're going to check if the user input is 4 digits or 5 digits.
Yeah, so that's a good idea. So check something. Okay. I say in this way. You have lines of code, right? If you want to do something like, you want to skip one or more lines of code based on a condition, then we need if else. So let's say I don't want to print this if this happens. It means you want to skip a line, right? You want to jump your code to another place and you want your code to skip that line of code on a certain case. Also opposite way, if you want to do some work based on a condition, then you need if else. Let's go through a small example. Okay, so here, let me hide it. Okay, let's skip it. I want to write a code that will take the score of a student and it will tell if the student pass or fail. If the score is greater or equals to 60, this is passing grade, otherwise this is fail grade. So as part of this, I'm declaring integer int score, print f, enter your score, scanf, %d, ampersand score. Okay, so I got the score of the student. So far in the class, we have not learned what is if else. So we try to apply whatever we know so far. I know how to print pass, I know how to print fail. So let us write that. So I'm writing printf pass, printf fail. So based on our knowledge so far, this will be our code because we don't know how to skip a line and so on. There's no way to skip. Okay, yeah, there's a way. Oh, it went to somewhere. You need to log in. So now I'm running the code. It's compiling. It's taking too long. I hope I'll not lose my code. Okay, let us run the code now. Printf. I'm doing this mistake quite a lot nowadays. Okay. So run the code. Enter your score. If I enter 90, what will be printed? In this given code, if you enter 90, it will print what? Pass, fail. It will print both of them. So it is printing pass and fail, both of them. But you want to print only pass or fail, right? Okay. So it means we need to learn something that can help me to achieve this goal. Before going to if else, we need to know some theory. So we have to write conditional statement, conditional expression. This is also called Boolean expression. How many of you know what is Boolean expression? Okay, what is Boolean expression? Can anyone take a lead? Yeah, someone can just say what is Boolean expression. Okay, so an expression that results in either true or false. For example, I says today is Sunday. Don't leave the class. Okay. So today is Sunday. I give an expression. It will be either true or false. So it is false, right? Because today is not Sunday. If I say today is Wednesday, this is true. So an expression that results in either true or false. How C interprets this? Let's see that. In C programming, a Boolean expression is an expression that results in either true or false. But in C, if an expression results in 0, it is considered as false. Remember, there is nothing called false and true directly in C without using some new libraries. Okay? If you use Python, probably you wrote bool. If you use Java, you have probably used bool. But in C, you don't have something called bool directly. So Boolean expression that will either true or false. In C, if any expression results in 0, this is considered as false. Now let's go back to my expression. If I say today is Sunday, what you'll see in C? 0. It will tell you 0. When you give you 0, it means this is false. Got it? If I say today is Wednesday, it will give you 1 because 1 is true. Got it? Okay. If an expression results in 0, it is considered as false. If an expression results in non-zero, it is considered as true. Now, how to write a Boolean expression or conditional expression? If you want to use conditional expression, you need to know relational operator. relational operator. Have we learned any operator in this class so far? Can anyone give me some operator example we have learned so far? Assignment operator, right? We have learned assignment operator, mod operator, we learned plus. So plus, minus, mod, these are known as arithmetic operator. Those are arithmetic operator. This is assignment operator. Then we have learned plus equals to, this is compound operator. We are doing multiple things in the same line. Okay. Then we have learned plus plus, this is called increment, minus minus, this is called decrement. So we have learned so many operators already. Now we'll be learning more operators. Something is called relational operator that checks the relationship. So if you want to check relationship, you need how many things? Two components. So a conditional expression looks like this. You have an expression here, then you have relational operator here, then you have another expression here. So it will compare the relationship between this and this based on the given operator. So what are the relational operators we have in C? We have equal operator. This is relational equal operator. You have to write two equal sign. What operator is this? Assignment. What operator is this? Relational equal operator. You can read like this. So conditional or relational equal operator will check the relationship. Okay. So for example, you want to check if B1 and B2 same, so you write B1 equals to B2. You check if B1 equals to B2. Are they same or not? Okay, something like that. Then we have not equal. Not equals exclamation and then equal. See, in Python probably you write not something. There is nothing like that. You have to write not equal like this. Then greater than, greater or equal, less or equal. Okay, so these are relational operator. Now let's use them. Let's go back to our code. I'm commenting this code for now, and let's have two variables. Close add. Okay, so int what? Let's int x equals to 5, y equals to 10. Let's do something. X equals to 10, y equals to 5. Okay, so now I'm writing this. Printf %d x equals to y. So what kind of operation I'm doing here? This is a Boolean expression. Okay, it's comparing. Can you guess what will be printed by line number 8? It will print 0 because we said false is 0. This is false, right? X equals to A is false, right? Because X is 10, Y said they are not same, they are not equal. So it will print 0 because this is false. See, 0. Let's go to the next line. Printf %d /n. I'm writing x not equals to y. What do we printed by line number 9? 1. Okay, it will print 1, see? So it is printing 1. So say it is printing 0 and 1 because the result is either true or false. So x not equals to y is true. Yes, x and y, they are not same. Okay. Next, printf. See, it doesn't have to be just one variable, it can be an expression. See what I'm doing? I'm writing x minus 5 not equals to y. Can you tell me what you'll get in line number 10? From here, what you will get in line number 10? Okay, let's see. See, it will do x minus 5. X minus 5 is what? 10 minus 5 is 5. So 5 not equals to 5. Is it true or false? False. 5 equals to 5, right? So it will tell you 0. If you see the last printf, will give you 0. 0, because this is false. Got it? Let's see another one. Printf %d. I'm writing x greater equals to y. So is it true or false? Last one? True. If you run it, so it is giving you true. So now you know that it will be either true or false. Any confusion? Remember, if you have any confusion as you keep learning, just raise your hand. This classroom structure is very weird. Okay, it's like this. I know some students cannot see the screen properly. If you think that it will help you to come closer, so find your most appropriate place so that you learn, okay, and don't get distracted. Okay, so we have gone through some what is Boolean expression. Now question may arise, okay, I understand this will give you true or false. How am I going to use it? So let's try to understand how can we use this. If you want to use this type of things, you need to know if else. So how if else looks like in C? So it's just showing more example, okay? It could be also character. You can also compare character. Let's do another example. So you see I'm writing printf %d. So let's put some dash, okay, so that we can know that this is the printf we are looking at. I'm writing this one. Uppercase A is less than lowercase a. Let's see who can answer this question. Line number 13. Do you think you will get 1 or 0? Yes. Lowercase a ASCII value is 65. Uppercase A is 97. So 65 is less than 97. It will compare the ASCII value. So if you run the code, you get 1. Because, yes, lowercase a is actually smaller than, sorry, uppercase a is smaller than lowercase a. Okay, let's go back. So how C if statement look like? You have to write word if, put parenthesis. If you do not put parenthesis, this is not correct. In Python, you can skip parenthesis, right? So if parenthesis, then you put a condition here. Condition or expression. If this expression results in true, it will do the line you have immediately. So this line will be processed. If this is not true, it will skip this line. And then you have other lines of code. Those will be processed as it is because the other lines are independent line. This line depends on this condition. So we learned something. Let us apply to our code. Go back, remove all of this, and get back to our score. Because we learned something to make it pass or fail. So here I'll put a condition. If score greater equals to 60, printf this. Is there any problem in my code? Am I missing something? Parenthesis, right? So I write if parenthesis and this. Okay. So when you write if, you don't put any semicolon, okay? Because this condition will be checked and then it will, this line depends on this. Okay, so now I have this code, not well structured. I didn't write it well structured. I just wrote whatever I learned so far. So if this condition is true, which line? Can you tell me which line depends on line number 11? Line number 12 depends on line number 11. So if this condition is true, if this expression is true, it will work this line, otherwise it will skip this line. Can you tell me line number 13, does it depend on anybody? Line number 13 is independent line. It doesn't depend on any if else condition. So you run the code, enter your score. If I put 90, what will be printed? Would it print pass? Yes, because this is true, right? So it will print this line and it will also print fail. So pass fail. You got 90, but it's printing pass fail. I'm running the code again. If I give 50, what will be printed? It will just print fail. So at least our code working if it is fail. Right? See if the score is, it is checking. Is 50 greater than 60? False. Don't do this. Keep going. So it will print fail. Now, if you submit this code, there's a problem, of course. So now, should we indent this or not? So I'm pressing a tab here. Would it change anything? No. It will not change the result. If you are coming from Python programming, indentation matters for result. But in C, if you do not indent your code, it will work perfectly if you write the logic properly. Then why do you indent? To make the code more readable. Okay? Your code will be beautiful, easy to read, and so on. Got it? Okay. So keep that in mind. Don't do this mistake. Now I have entered this. So what you see from here, if score is greater than or equals to 60, it prints pass, fail is always being printed. Now what can we do? We don't know what is else yet. I just know if. So what can we do? Modify. So can you tell me what can I modify to this code so that it will not print fail if it is pass? Add another if statement, so let's do that. I'm writing if score is less than 60, so print fail. Now it will work properly if you run the code. Enter a score. If you say 50, it's printing fail. Run the code. If you enter 90, it is just printing pass. Okay. Now I want to give congratulations to the person who passed. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm printing printf. Congratulations. Okay. So this is what I have written. Now I'm running the code. I'm giving 50. Can anyone tell me what will be printed? Okay, congratulations, fail. Okay, you're thinking, why this is printing congratulations? Isn't 50 is less than, so this is false, right? So this condition is false. As a result, your code skipped line number 12 because line number 12 depends on the if. Line number 13 is an independent line because this line number 13 is not part of any if else. It's just independent line. Because we learned that immediate next line is part of this if. Got it? Now you're probably thinking, how can I include congratulations also part of this if? If you want to achieve that, you have to use bracket. So indentation, what I want to show here is that indentation will not include something to part of the if. In C, there is nothing like that. If you want to include multiple lines inside your if, you have to put bracket. You have to create a block of code. Now this is correct. So now both of these lines are part of this if. It means if this condition is true, it will do this whole thing. If this is false, it will just skip this whole block of code. So let's run it now. So we say 50, it will say just fail. It has completely skipped this block of code because that is false. Got it? Okay. If you run the code again, if you say 90, Pass, congratulations. Now, here I'm writing printf, try again. Okay, so now you have this code. Let us run this code. 90. Raise your hand if you think it will print try again in the output. Raise your hand if you think it will not print try again in the output. I see many of you are not probably following because many students didn't raise hand at all. See here, I have entered what? 90. Can you tell me which line this code is processing at this moment? Line number 9. Okay, so line number 9 is being processed. Whenever I press enter, we are done with line number 9. Your code will go to line number 11. It will check, is 90 greater than equals to 60? Is it true or false? True. It will go here, it will print pass, congratulations, it will print all of this. Then it will go here, is 90 less than 60? No, 90 is not less than 60, false. Which line will be skipped? 18. Then it will go to line number 19. Line number 19 is independent line because I said already, I show the same thing different ways so that you cannot forget this. So line number 19 is an independent line, so it will be always printed regardless anything true or false. So it's printing pass, congratulations, then it's printing try again. So what you should do? We'll bracket again. Okay, now this is pretty good code. It will, if it is true, do all of this. If it is true, do all of this. Then I'm printing printf calculation completed. Line number 23, does it depend on any if else? Line number 23 does not depend on anything, right? It will always be processed. So if you run the code, I'm doing the same mistake, but not a big deal. So 50, fail, try again, calculation completed. 90, pass, congratulations, calculation completed is always printed. So now we know how to block a piece of code to a particular if and so on. The next thing is, in this particular example, a student can either pass or fail. There is no other option. And there's a cutoff. Cutoff is 60. So instead of writing another condition, we can actually write else. So what I just did, I wrote if this is true, do this. If this is not true, do this. So if else, if this is true, do that. If that is not true, just do that. Don't have to check anything. If it is not passed, you don't have to check anything, just print whatever I have inside else. In our previous example, we had to check again, right? But in this example, if this is not true, you don't have to check it, just print it because I'm sure it is failed. So let us run it. So enter your score, 90, pass, congratulations, calculation completed. We say 50. 50 is not less than 60. It will jump to else and it will print it. It doesn't need to check anything. So fail, try again, congratulations. Now, very important, there must be a matching if to use an else. So if you use else, you must have to have an if immediately above this. Otherwise, it will show an error. As an example, I'm removing this bracket. Is this correct? So see, for this else, is there any matching if? It's okay, yes, there is a matching. No. Right above this, there's an independent line. You cannot have something like that. Because this is an independent line, right? So we don't have any bracket. So only this line depends on if. This line is independent, so else is not. So if you run this code, show an error. So else without any previous if. Okay? It couldn't find any previous if to work on. Okay? But if you just remove this, Do you think this is correct? Yeah, this is correct. You don't have to use bracket. We have only one line. We don't have any specific message for passing students. So if you run the code, it's fine. There's no error. So enter score equals 90. It's a pass. Calculation completed. Run the code. 50. Fail. Try again. Calculation completed. So it has not printed this line. So we now know if and else and so on. Got it? Okay. Now I will show you some confusion. If I put semicolon here, what does that mean? What I want to achieve as a programmer? Think about it. See, if you put a semicolon here, it means if this is true, don't do anything for that line. But that doesn't make sense overall. So it's kind of like I say, if this is true, nothing to be done. Can you tell me if you write this, let's say we don't have any else or anything, let's have this. Can you tell me when you write, we do not have this semicolon, this line depends on if. If you put a semicolon, line number 12 got independence. Okay? Because line number 12 doesn't depend on if anymore because you already closed if here. So this is a pretty common mistake new C programmer typically do. Okay? So if you see enter the score, if you give 50, it will still print pass because this line is not dependent. Got it? So do not put semicolon right after if. I said this and many of you will do this mistake. I say that. Okay, don't do that mistake. Okay. Next, now I will also show you some more confusion. Let's go back to Boolean expression. So I'm commenting all of this. Let's go back. I write if parenthesis. What I need to write in this place? What kind of expression has to be? Boolean expression. If I write 5, what does it mean? It will treat if true because 5 is not 0 because we said if 0 it means false because 0 is false. I say okay. If score greater than 60, see at the end of the day score greater than 60 was translated to either 0 or 1, right? Because we said it will be either true or false. So it was actually either 0 or 1. Okay. Now, so I'm writing if 0 printf high. Do you think what will be the output of this code, this whole code? Nothing. Nothing, or it will not print anything, let's say. It is not printing anything, it's not printing nothing. Okay. So it is not printing actually anything, right? So why? If I write 5, now, would it print high? Let's see. It's printing high. So what do we see from here? You check if it is true, then do this. 5 is true because 5 is not 0. That's why it is printing that. Make sense? How it works? Okay. Now let's have more fun. Int x equals to 5. I am writing if x high, else printf hello. Okay. So what do you think? What will you print? High or hello? It will print high. So it's printing high. Because if x means if 5, because 5 is true number, so it will print high. If you write x equals to 5, this will also result in true. Okay. Because x is actually 5, right? So this will also print high. Next question. If I write x equals to 0, what will be printed? Hello. Got it? So if you run it, what I did mistake. Okay, I have to write x. If x, run it, it is printing hello. Why? Because if 0, which is false, so it will go here. If I write if x equals to 0, now what will be printed? Raise your hand if you think it will print hi. Raise your hand if you think it will print hello. Okay, let's see. Observe here. X is 0. I'm writing if x equals to 0, it means it is a relational operator, it is checking. Is it true or false? This is true. Yes, x is 0. So it will print hi. Got it? Hi. But if I write just x, it has different meaning. If x means, because x is 0, it means if 0. 0 is false, so it will print hello, it will not go to if. Got it? Okay. Now, you might have a question. What is the use of this? Why someone would like to just write if x? It is heavily used by programmer. Okay, programmer use this syntax a lot to shortcut their code and well accepted. Can you show us an example when it is applicable? Yes. So let's think about an example. So we always go for grocery, right? If you see the receipt of the grocery, you'll see some items are taxable, some items are not taxable. For example, if you go to Walmart, if you buy bread, they'll not put any tax on bread. However, if you buy clothes or, for example, I have kids, I have to buy diapers. If I buy diaper, you'll see tax is added to with the price. So diaper is a taxable item, but bread is not a taxable item. If an item is taxable, you have to add the tax in addition to the price. So I want to write a code that will take the price of an item and it will ask the user, is it taxable or not? If it is taxable, it will add the tax with the price and it will say that you have to pay this amount of money. If it is not taxable, it will just say that it is, you just pay whatever the original price. Okay? So let's write this code. Now I'm removing all the part of this code I have here. Can you guess how many inputs do I have to take? How many inputs? 2. Number 1 is the price of the item. Number 2 is it taxable or not, right? Okay. So I need how many variables? At least 2 variables. So price of an item could be double or float. Let's use double. Double price. And taxable int is taxable. So I have an integer taxable that will take the input. If it's taxable 1, if it is not taxable 0, something like that. Now I'll ask user printf enter the price of the item. Scanf person. What should I write here? Person LF. Double is LF. Now here I have to write address of price. Okay. So I got the price of the item. Now I want to ask printf is this taxable? 1 equals to yes, 0 equals to no. Scanf person D ampersand is taxable. So we got both of the inputs. One is the price of the item and if it is taxable or not. Now I want to print it, print F. What should I print? If it is taxable, right? So if I'm just writing is taxable. If is taxable, print F, your total is percent. Let's print it up to 2 decimal places. If you want to print a floating point number up to 2 decimal places, you write 0.2. Because this is double, I'm writing LF. And here I'll do the calculation. So what is the total? How to calculate this? Okay, we don't know the tax rate, right? We need to know the tax rate, right? So tax rate would be a good candidate for constant. So let us do hash define tax rate. Do you know the tax rate in Orlando area? 7%, okay? But if you go to Oviedo area, it's 7.5%, something like that. So 0.07. So this is the tax rate. So what should I write here? What is the calculation? Price plus price times tax rate. Got it? So what is the price I have? I have added price times tax, so it will calculate the tax for this. Else, printf your total is, I'll just copy paste this, okay? So just keep the price as it is. Okay, so this is our code. If you run the code, enter the price of the item, I'm giving 10. Is it taxable? I say 1. Okay, carefully see what is going on here. I have entered 1 in this line. If 1, see, is taxable is 1, right? So it is true. If true, print this. So it will print this line. See, your total is 10.70. Got it? If you run the code again, same price. If it's not taxable, 0. If 0, then what will happen? It will jump to else and it will print this. So your total will remain 10. So what do we see from here? Yes, this is pretty useful. If is taxable, you don't have to check if is taxable equals to something or 0 and so on. If you just write this, it will work. Because we know how it works. That is the most important thing. We know that how a Boolean expression inside if works. And you are using that technique and using that as a result. Now I'm running the code again. Price of the item 10. Is this taxable? I'm giving 5. Will it count it as a taxable or not taxable? It will still count this as a taxable. Anything non-zero will be counted as taxable. Because it will be like if 5 is true, so it will print this. Okay. Now we say, okay, I don't want anything other than 1 and 0, then you have to change your strategy. In that case, right, if taxable equals to 1, then you do this, else do this. Now what will happen in this case? Run the code. I'm giving 10. I say it is taxable is 5. Would it count as a taxable or not taxable? Okay, so in this example, if 5 equals to 1, is it true? Is 5 equals to 1? No. So it will jump here and it will print this. It will remain 10. Okay, now if you want to give a message, give a correct tax indicator, then you have to do something else. So we'll learn that a bit later. Let's keep going. Now, So a lot of other example, and so let me give you another example. This is also important. Let's have another example. Int x equals to 0 if x equals to 0, printf x is 0. Else printf x is not 0. Tell me, what will you print it? X is 0 or x is not 0 in this code? Who is for x is 0? Who is for x is not 0? You're very clever. Yes? It's giving a warning. Why? Print, I'm missing this TLS. Okay. So it says x is not 0. What is the problem in this code? What operator is this? Do you want to assign or want to check? If you want to check, use relational equal, right? Now if you run the code, now it will print x is 0. Now you might have a question, how it works if I write x equals 0, what it is really doing? If I write x equals to 5. Now tell me, what will be printed? X is 0 or x is not 0? X is 0. Who is for x is 0 now? Who is for x is not 0 now? Let's see. It says x is 0. Is it checking or not? It's not checking. It's how it interprets. Follow what I'm saying. This will put 5 into x. And then the condition becomes if 5 or if x. It means if 5, right? So if 5 is true, it will print x is 0. But it's not a good line of code. By this line, actually 5 changed. Okay? So it has actually changed 5, x to 5. By this line, x already updated to 5. If you print x now, print f, x is now %d. And here if you print x, what we printed by line number 14? 5, if you see. Again, t. So see, x is now 5. It is printing x is now 5 because this line is making x to 5. This line is not checking if x is 5 or not. This line put 5 in x and is becoming if 5, which is true always. So it will print x is 0. I could complete this whole lecture within 5 or 10 minutes. Just this is how ifs work. But I'm going from many different scenarios so that you are aware of all of this situation. Okay? And I'll also try, because I teach this, I also try to test you that you know this or not. Okay? So make sure you know this. These are important part of programming. Otherwise, you'll write a lot of buggy code and people will get angry on you. Okay? Let's keep going. I have some other simple examples. I'm not going through those examples now. Some example is like this. Let's say there's a code question. Take the current year and the joining year of an employee as an input. If the duration of employment of the employee in the organization is greater than or equal to 5, a bonus of 5,000 is given to the employee. Okay. If you have this question, this is a very simple question. Let's say your first quiz, you got very easy question. The question is, you have how many inputs? 2 inputs. What is the current year and what is the joining year of the employee? If the employee worked for more than 5 years in this our company, give 5,000 bonus. So how can you check this? That employee worked for 5 years or not? Do you have enough information to check this? How many inputs you got? 2. What are those? Joining year and current year. Cannot you calculate the duration of employment? Just subtract this, right? So let's try this. So I'm removing all of this. So let's do that. Int current year join year. Printf enter the current year and joining year of the employee. Scanf %D, and here address of current year, address of joining year. Okay, so I got 2 variables prompted, took the input. Now I would like to check should I give bonus or not. So if, can I do calculation inside if? Yes, you can do that. You can write if current year minus joining year. You put a parenthesis between them. If this is greater than or equals to 5 years, printf you got 5,000 bonus. Okay, else printf. Okay, let's don't have any else. You know how to write else. So if you run the code, okay, enter the current year and joining year. So current year is 2025, and joining year is, let's say 2005. So if you enter, you got 5,000 bonus because this is actually a long time this employee is with us. If you run the code again, 2025 plus 2022. Can you tell me what will be printed by this code now? Has no printf2, right? If it is the condition, print it. If it is not true, don't do anything. Yeah. Sorry? Which line? Oh, tax rate. Yeah, it's not used in this code. This is my past code. Okay, the code we have written before, but it's not being used. Yeah, it's just comment this line. Okay. So we learned this. Now there's something called nested if else. So I have some more examples showing different situation with flowchart to show you where to go and so on. Okay. So now we have learned if else already. So we have multiple lines and so on. We already know all of this stuff. Nested if else. Nested means you have if condition and inside the condition you are checking another condition, something like that. Let's see an example here. We have a variable I. I'm taking input for I. Taking if I equals to 5, you're good because you're listening. It's asking enter either 5 or 6. You took the input. If it is 5, I appreciate because you're listening. You're good. Else, can you tell me what does else means in this code? Else means you have not entered 5. It could be any other number, right? Now inside else, I have a block of code. Inside the block, I have another if else. So this is nested if else. Here I'm checking if I equals to 6. You chose the second option because I asked you to enter 5 or 6. You pick 6, so I gave okay. You chose the second option. Else, why don't you listen, right? So I asked you to enter 5 or 6. You didn't give anything, so I just gave this message. So this is an example of nested if else. Just show an example how it works. So I'll ask you a lot of questions now, so try to answer. So let's give line number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let's say in this line, I'm entering 7. Can you tell me where your code will go right away? Very carefully. I just processed line number 3, right? What is the value of I? 7. What is the next line my code will process? It will go to line number 4. After going to line number 4, it found this is not true. Where your code will jump to? It will go to line number 6. After going to line number 6, it found, oh, this is an else. So it will go inside. What is the next line it will process? 7. Is it true? Where your code will go? It will go to 9. Oh, there is an else. It will go to line number 10 and it will print, why don't you listen? After processing line number 10, your code will go where? 11. Found this is the closing bracket, nothing to do inside this else. Then you go to 12 and keep going. So this is the code will process. One important thing here is, see, if you just see this line number 10, you can easily say that this line is part of this else, right? This is well indented code. But exact same code you can write in this way. I have not changed anything, I just remove all the indentation. If you run this code, you'll get exact same result without any problem. But what is the problem actually in this code? Horrible code. If I give you this code to read, you will have to take Tylenol, okay? Because you'll have headache to read this code. So if you submit this code to my TA will be very angry on you because you are forcing him to take medicine to reduce his headache, okay? So it will also reflect on your grade as well. Okay, so don't do that. Make sure you indent your code properly. Okay, now the last topic of this chapter is else if. So what is else if? So when you write else, you can also write if and have an expression like this. We call it else if ladder. Okay, it's kind of climbing. How it works? You can write if this is true, do this. Then get out from everything and do other task. Don't do any one of this. Okay. Other than that, if this is not true, jump here, try if it is true or not. If it is not true, jump here, try if it is true or not. This kind of, you have a key, you have to enter, these are different floor of a building. Okay? You're trying to access a particular floor of this building. So you try to unlock a door, it's not working, go to the next floor. Try to unlock the door, it's not working, go to the next door. So you keep climbing up to the different, whenever you are able to enter a particular floor, you don't have to go to any other floor from there. Okay? It's like that, yeah. Yeah, else if is really great idea. Yeah. So we still have time, right? We still have 2 more minutes. We can easily finish this chapter. So what is the next code using this? If you have class, you can go, but I'll just continue and it is recorded, so no worries. This is a very important example. Course year compare. Okay, I would like to compare the grade for 2 students. Okay. So let's say I want to take the letter grade of 2 students, Adam and John. Okay. So char, Adam, grade, John, grade. Okay. So now I'm asking user, printf, enter the letter grade of Adam and John. Scanf, %C, %C. So to go 2 character, address of Adam grade, address of John grade. So I got the 2 grades, so I'd like to say who got better grade, okay? Tell me, A is a better grade or B is a better grade? So if you get lower grade, that is better, right? Yeah, if someone get A and someone get who is A is less than B. A is less than B, right? So check if Adam grade is less than John grade. Who got better grade? Who got better grade? Adam or John? Adam, because Adam got lower letter grade. Okay? Adam did better. Okay, if next I'm adding else if Adam grade is, let's write in this way. If John grade is less than Adam grade, print F. Who got better? John got better. Finally else. So this is just to show an example of else if letter, okay? Else. Can you tell me what is else? Print of same grade. Both of them got same grade. So see, this is an example of else if letter. If this is true, your code will do this and directly complete the job. Let's say print F. Thank you. So I'm done with this code. So let us run it. I'm doing a lot of this today. Okay, yeah. So enter the letter gets. So Adam got A, John got B. So what will be printed? Adam did better, right? Because this is true. Do you think it will print anything else from here? So this is how else if letter work. If it enters any one of them, it will not enter to any other of this letter. Got it? This is what I wanted to say. So, see? Oops. I need to also leave as well. So see, Adam did better. Thank you. So what I want to show here is that in else if letter, if it doesn't work, it will try this. If it doesn't work, it will try the last one and print. So it will try to enter any one of them. If it enters any one of them, it is done with this letter and it will just get out from the block. That's all. I think you're done. So just before coming to the next lecture, we have another last example. Go through this example. This example, grading example from the note.
Professor, I was gonna ask you, right now I'm getting like 2 errors on the code grading. You think I can take those over with the TA?
Yeah, sure. There are TAs, I think.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know when